Thank you. Good day, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank All Things Connect for inviting us, and also Alibaba Cloud for recommending SCash. So before I begin, let's sit back and relax. We'll play a short video for you. Okay, welcome back. I'll share my screen now.
Yep, you can see your screen, Michael.
Okay, allow me to briefly introduce SCash. SCash is a Singapore company. So we are a tech-driven company. So in Asia now, we are serving more than 400,000 merchants. We have a strategic partnership in Asia with Alipay, Alibaba Cloud, Taobao, Frigi. In Singapore, we have a strong relationship with our Nets, our biggest wallet in Singapore, and also the Singapore Institute of Retail Study. And then our biggest partner in Indonesia is BCA. This is a brief intro about SCash. Okay, let's talk about today's topic. Before I start, maybe I just qualify ourselves. So what I'm going to share later will be more specific to Singapore environment, but we can cater to your part of the world if needed. Okay, so what I'm sharing here is only restricted to Singapore. So with COVID, there's a big buzzword now. The word is called be safe. So what are the challenges now? In Singapore, what happened here is that all the malls, we have our people standing at the entrance taking temperature before you can enter any buildings. So the challenges here is that our security workers are at risk because they come contact with people, and there are high chance of getting infected, you see. So there's another thing that happens, that because of this new COVID, mall owner or buildings owner need to employ more people to facilitate this temperature gathering. We met up with I just want to share, we met up with one of the biggest expo company in Singapore called Singapore Expo. When we share with them our technologies and solution, they think it's a perfect solution for them, because manpower cost is the biggest headache for them right now, because they need to deploy a lot of people. And in Singapore, manpower cost is very high. For example, you need to employ a person, it set you back about $2,000 per month, and then you have numerous entrants, probably and shift. So this owner need to incur up to maybe $20,000 per month on just manpower cost. And let's say you convert to a year, it can exceed $250,000 just on manpower alone. But working with us, this solution is totally reduce the cost of manpower cost. And then it's because of the temperature monitoring, there's time consuming in terms of long queues. So we have an incident where someone went to the mall to pick up a medicine for his mother. The journey to the mall and back after buying takes them back about 4 hours in today's after COVID, you see, during COVID season. So our technology can help to reduce timing. In Singapore also, there is a restriction on number of head counts in a mall or building. They restrict the number of visitors count. So now they're using a clicker to count, which is inaccurate. with our system, we can easily check in and check out a person so that we can provide a safe distance for our visitors. Yeah, and of course, we have a double encryption on our data under Alibaba Cloud, which I will share later. Okay, so the solution now we're introducing now is called a next generation ID. So we are not just a temperature taking machine. Okay, so the next word I want to introduce is called data driven. Okay, so at the end of the day, this particular solution not only useful in COVID time, but also beyond COVID. Okay, we want to demonstrate that our solution not only stays at today, but also beyond COVID. So what does it do? It has intelligent detection on the temperature. So it has a warning upon, as you can see from the video, if there's an abnormal temperature, the alarms will ring out. Whether you doesn't wear a mask, you also sound an alarm. So it can capture your facial when you are wearing a mask. Okay, so and then all the mall owner will have a real-time temperature display and broadcast. That means we have a software and an app given to the security or the mall owner. At any point of time, they can access to people visiting their malls. We have real-time inquiry or visitor management. Yeah, we can do attendance, we can do log inquiry, and all this data, as I mentioned, is stored with the encrypted security on the cloud. So these are some of the security certificate that we have qualifying for Singapore, the MTCS cert, and then the PCI cert. Okay, so that's we have world-class encryption. So the machine does not store the data. All the data is stored in the cloud. Yeah. So if somebody were to take away the machine, he does not have the data. Okay. We also have PDPA imputed in the system. So what I'm going to share now is some of the application that we have implemented. Some application that we can implement. The first one, of course, is to buildings, malls, and residential. So this machine, besides taking temperature, we can even connect to the existing visitor management system. Means that you can impute the facial of a visitor prior to their arrival. So you see, in the normal circumstances where you can see long queue at the lobby, logging in the visitors, all these queue will disappear because if this system is in place, we literally remove the queue because now we have a longer queue because everybody got to stand 1 meter or 2 meter apart. So it looks very disruptive in the hall. So with this system, before we visit the building, your photo, you can send a photo down, then we can take down the photo in the system, and when you walk through, the gantry will allow you to enter. Okay, in Singapore, we have already implemented in some of the big hotels, even our Singapore pools. Singapore pool is the biggest lottery center in Singapore. So we are doing our POC in this building where they implement this. Yeah, so we can track visitor count and duration, and all this data can be used as data mining to understand your demographics of your visitors and those that's patronizing your mall. Okay, by having this data capture, you also improve building security. Yeah, and then it supports safe entry integration. Safe entry integration, in case you doesn't know, is a Singapore thing. Okay. So that they understand where you travel, and in case of any outbreak, they can identify the cluster. Now, I want to add on something to this building, malls, and residential. Okay, if you are if you are bold enough, then we have introduced for some of the buildings or hotels a scan to order. You see, it might be currently a temperature measuring tool and also a visiting management system. But however, we can convert a building or a mall into a lifestyle. How do we do that? That means that we integrate a couple of solutions into the building. As such, you can, from scanning the QR, because there's a QR on the machine, by scanning the QR, you can access to maybe all the restaurant 300 meters radius from your building. Okay, what we can do is that did not have to travel anymore to buy their lunch. They need to scan the QR. Immediately, all the stores around there appears in their handphone through a web app. And then we can make a selection what they want to buy, and then they can do delivery. As such, the mall no longer a place for working, but also a place of dining. Building can adopt this technology, and then they can create a new revenue for themselves by working together with all the merchants and restaurants around them, you see. So any sales was done, it becomes a revenue for the buildings or malls. So it's a whole new experience. So besides building, we have also linked up with hospitals and clinics in Singapore. So that the same system, besides taking temperature, we can even link with the queue management system. So instead of a big group of people hovering at the hospital lobby waiting for their turns, once we scan his identity, a queue number is designated. So the visitors can come back at a later time when his queue is up, instead of loitering in the hospital and getting higher chance to be infected by diseases. And then within the system, we also can integrate the patient's record and assign doctors. That will improve security. And at the same time, you also can create data for the hospital. So there's another application here where we use for retail store. In Singapore, we are implementing this in one of the biggest retail chain. So besides temperature, again, to make sure that people walking through your doors are healthy, we have integrated with a loyalty program. That means with facial recognition, that means if I were to walk into your store and I'm your VIP member, immediately your notification is sent to the manager of the store, and the store manager knows that a VIP just walked through the door, and he can give a special attention to this person, you see. So upon checkout, instead of asking the person whether did he bring his membership card, just the scan of his facial, immediately we can initiate the discount. Okay, and then all these things will be linked up behind the scene with the purchases that he buy, and that will build the library for big data and AI analytics report, so that we know that exactly the member's preference and what he used to buy. And with that, the store can send special promotion and even vouchers on certain products that the member is keen to embark on. Okay, so that's for the retail store. We also can use it for education for schools. So the facial recognition without temperature, you can use for attendance record. Okay, so if the student supposed to turn up and it doesn't, so a notification can send to the parent to tell them that your child is not in school. Okay, so that's one. It also can improve the school security. So people that are not in the school will be highlighted, and they need to, and the security can come over and maybe enroll them before they can enter the school. Also can manage staff as well in terms of attendance and timing. And next application is the hotels. Yeah. Besides temperature taking and facial, we can also do a smart check-in by facial. Yeah, do a smart check-in by facial, so that when his screen is faced, immediately a room is assigned. So it saves time. We also can have a loyalty program. Can clock points. Can even have a discount when he check in because he's a regular to the hotel. Okay, that will increase customer service and seamless flow. Okay, so in Singapore, I think in most of the places where when you check in a hotel, they need to do authentication and need to clear with the ICA, the Immigration Custom Authority. So we can integrate this system to the ICA, okay, so that they can do their authentication that this is a real customer, okay. That in turn increase the hotel security. We have introduced this to 2 big hotel groups in Singapore, the Pan Pacific Group and also the Millennium Hotel Group, which they will deploy throughout the hotels in this region. Yeah, so it create a lot of data and also a loyalty program to encourage the regulars customer to come back to the same hotel group again. Yeah, so the big data and the AI analytics report plays a strong part in this. So these are some of the back end we have. So we are not just selling a hardware. So this our solution comes with a software and also a data involved. So we can remote configure all devices on admin panel. Like our Singapore pools, we have 100 branches throughout the country. So our admin panel able to control every single machine out there. So we don't need to have people going down to manage every machine. Okay, so we have a detailed dashboard and also a mobile app. The mobile app is for the security team or the owner of the mall to have a direct visual of the visitors they have at the premises. Okay, we can configure staff, okay, visitors, and for some places we can even blacklist the individual for entering your premise. Okay, all the report can be exported in case there is an investigation. You can export it to certain authorities for check. Okay, this is our safe entry in Singapore. I'm not sure whether you guys in different parts of the world are using a safe entry. The safe entry is to when you go to certain places, you need to scan the QR and then you key in your particulars to initiate an entry, and when you leave, you also need to do the same thing. So what SCash has done differently is that because every place you need to do this exercise, which is very straining, okay, for the customer. So what we have done is that we have make it a dynamic QR. As such, he only need to scan once and key in particulars. The next time when he comes in as a visitor. The first time he comes in as a stranger. The next time when he comes in like as if he's a visitor. He don't need to key in his particulars anymore because the facial recognition will trigger off the profile and send over to the government as a compliant measures. We also have employee entry, so we can put into the gantry or door, okay. So it's so once he scans that you are employee, the gantry will open, okay. And then we not only can do facial, we also can do NFC. So if you ever have a staff pass, we can tap on the machine. It also can initiate the opening of the door. Oops, sorry. Give me a minute, Okay, I want to talk about this because this is our unique proposition. So like I said earlier, it's all data driven. Okay, so data, it means power. It means as long as you know the audience coming to your places, you will know how to monetize it. Okay, so using our system is not only for temperature, all the data that you can gather in terms of gender, timing, so that you know when is the when is the most crowded time in the mall. All these numbers can be given at certain time of the day. What's the number of people in your building? All these you have a real time 3D presentation, okay, that you can see at any point of time. Yeah, to have this to develop this on your own, I think probably you will set a company back about 700,000 a Sing dollars a year. Okay, but with SCash, it's already bundled in the whole solution. Okay, so it's a shared resource. So we bundle in a solution so that all the mall owner or building owners, they can have a true reflection in terms of numbers, what they have in the building. So in summary, we able to minimize frontline workers' risk. Yeah. Okay, because there's lesser human contact. We save costs in terms of manpower. We have a double data encryption. Okay, and because we're using a machine, we can run 24/7. Yeah, with all the data-driven technologies and usage, this machine is not just a COVID thing. We can continue to use after COVID. Yeah, we use dynamic QR for safe entry for Singapore. Automation in submitting, that one is also a Singapore thing. Okay, so we can integrate into the existing HR system, integrate the existing CRM. We have data analysis, and then we can beautifully present it with our data V. So this is the specs of our product now, hardware. Okay, the temperature accuracy is about 0.2 lah. Okay, difference with 50 centimeters, 0.5 with 1 meter. All our machines are all CE approved. Yeah, so it has qualified all the tests. In Singapore, we handle all the project management. Okay, delivery service will be handled. We conduct training for our merchants, and we do a technical support 8 to 5. If you'd like to know more, you can scan the QR in front of you.
Interesting.
I was told by
face recognition also. Sorry? I was wondering that we have some face recognition for them to register automatically.
Well, once you scan it, you let us know. We also will talk about commission. But if we have more time, CK, do we have more time?
Yes, we can spend a couple of minutes. No worries.
Yeah, I'd like to show you our back end. Okay, I want to show you our back end. So we're just not a hardware alone. The value of our proposition is in our back end. Okay, maybe I invite another voice. Okay, maybe you see my voice after so long. So maybe I invite another voice. One of my team member, his name is called Edric. Yeah, he's my tech director. He will run you through the back end.
Hi everyone. Thanks for inviting me for presenting for the backend explanations. So what you're seeing right now here, my name is Edric. I'm the technical director of SCash. What you're seeing here is actually the card connectivity that connecting to the next-gen ID. So it's live right now with the some of the data, the real-time data. So whatever you see is actually all the personal that pass through our next-gen ID. So all you have to do is just click on the export button here. You can immediately export out yesterday's report. So once you downloaded yesterday's report, you'll be able to just using a normal Excel spreadsheet to open it up. So inside the Excel spreadsheet, you will be able to see all the faces that scan through the machine, the temperature, the name of the employee, as well as if you key in their NRC or mobile phone, it will be showing over here as well, and the timestamp. So, like for example, MOM actually require 2 timestamps of temperature taking right now for all the employees that go back to work. So in here, you easily manage it for the HR systems. On other ways, you can click on the management itself. You can add on the staff list over here by adding it one by one, or in the other side is to add in the about. That means you can have a bulk upload if you have more than more than 10 employee. That would simplify the job. Or sometimes you have visitors coming into your building. You can preload their data into this so-called our cloud systems. So they were registered as a visitors beforehand. Lastly, you can actually do a blacklist, which is not allowing somebody to come into a premise. That can be done as well. So one thing I like to show with everyone is the remote control management. So when the device has been deployed into the location, you can see whether it's online or offline. All right, and if it's online, you can just click on the configuration. Then we'll give you the so-called the device name, as well as if you add in the device address, it can be done. Or you want to set up the company name, or the one of the key features here is actually our scanning. The face scanning cannot be done by paper photos or even electronics, mobile phone photos. So it will block all this. It won't open up the green light for you to pass through. And our safe entry logo is uploaded over here. And eventually we have the safe entry auto submission on that. And you can remote control with the volume, right, on while sitting in the office. And at the same time, you can actually set the temperature threshold. Yeah, and these are the so-called, you can set like you're actually having it outdoor or indoor, and you want the mask to be detected, not to be detected, or stranger mode as well. All this can remote control through the so-called the remote assessment, remote access management. And lastly, one thing I would like to show you guys is actually the log files. So just now we mentioned about the safe entry will be auto uploaded, and all this log file will be keep track on the safe entry uploads. If it's successful, we will just say that who the person's name, or the safe entry will be successful upload in the log file. Whenever there's an audit come over, you can actually just filter the file and export it out. And that is actually the backend system that we have. Yep.
Okay, that's all we have for this afternoon. Okay.